You're trying to focus on the fruit, and I want you to focus on the root. Because if the root is right, the fruit is going to be delicioso. Welcome to the Black Mother Wound podcast, where we center the stories of Black women as we heal from the painful relationships with our mothers. Welcome to the Black Mother Wound podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Arnice. What's happening, y'all? Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, let me start with housekeeping first. Because I will forget, and I'll make it quick, make it snappy. I've extended the start date for Resolve for May 22nd. So you have until Thursday to get in. This is also the last time I will be teaching this class. This is the last round of Resolve. I don't know if I said that last week. I don't think so, because I've been pulling back and forth with it. But if you want to work with me on healing your mother wound in this group setting live, this is the last time I'm teaching Resolve. Okay. The class starts May 22nd. The link is in the bio. The link is in the show notes, description, all of that. So 6 weeks, me, you, other fabulous Black women, creating a community that you didn't even know was possible, that you didn't even know you were missing, or you just didn't know. And it's so good. It's so, so good. So that's one thing. Second thing is I'm going to be taking a summer break for June. I'm not going to be posting in this way. The podcast will not be coming to you in this way, me sitting in this chair like this for the month of June. I'm saying that because I will probably still post, but might be like on the road. I have a lot of travel and stuff I'm doing in June, and I have the class. So I need to be able to say enough is enough. I can't do everything. And I know I be trying to do everything and stuff be falling apart. But anyway, so I'll probably be doing some type of vlogging, more casual, some talking head stuff that I'll post to YouTube, and I'll go ahead and post it to the podcast platforms as well. I don't, it might be something short. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I'm going to still be in contact, but it won't be like this. And I can't say that if it's going to be every week or it's going to be on a Tuesday. You're just going to have to turn your notifications on so you know when it's popping off. Okay. And then when July 1st comes, that's a Tuesday, we'll be back to our regular schedule. Okay. That's that. Now to the business at hand. Y'all really loved that episode last week talking about the parentified child. If you're not following me on Instagram, go over to @BlackMotherWound and become a part of the community and the conversation, because there are women in there saying this is the first time they have ever felt this seen before and this validated, right? And that episode put words to feelings they've been having that they didn't know how to get out, and they thought they were the only ones. And I'm so glad that we are here together. Somebody asked me in the comments, like, they wanted to know, like, why did I start the podcast? Because it's helping them. And I'm like, I started the podcast because it helps me, because I need to get these things out. I need to express these things, right? I'm not doing anything you can't do. You might not do it in this same format, but expressing yourself, this is a part of my creativity. The vlog, the podcast, the YouTube, all of those things, that is a part of my creativity. If I wasn't doing talking about healing, I would still be creating video content. I would probably be shooting film and trying to be a filmmaker and telling stories still, because that's my format. You can pick your format, but I want you to understand the power of telling your story in your own way. You might tell your story through crochet. You might tell it through nature. You might tell it through glass blowing or I don't know what you tell it through, but there's something in you, right? I'm an artistic person, so I think about things like that. But there's a quote that says the opposite of depression is not happiness, it's expression. And let's say the quiet thing out loud, because I've been thinking about this. There's a very good chance that we spent our lives depressed, that we were in a low grade, high functioning depression growing up. And that suppressed so much of us. And some of y'all might be like, oh, hell yeah, I know that's true. Right. But it's so normalized. And we look at depression as somebody who just can't function, can't get out of the bed. But we probably was going through a depression and rightly so. Right. But you can only start to understand where you are and what needs to be healed in you when you decide to express in whatever way that is for you. And I don't want you to do it because I'm going to heal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to do this to heal. I'm going to express myself to heal my mother wound. Express it because it just needs to be expressed. You may not even be talking about the mother wound. Whatever you paint or draw or make or whatever you're doing, it may not look like that, but it is an outlet for you because so many of us don't even know there's something going on inside of us. We don't even know there's sadness. We know there's anger, but we don't know there's sorrow. We don't know that there's grief. We don't know that there's longing and loneliness, right? And when you have a mother wound, there's this, the lack of autonomy. The lack of autonomy you feel will make you believe that you are powerless to those emotions. So you want to steer clear of them. And I'm here to tell you, you have to dive into them, right? One of the tenets of gaining your autonomy is connecting with your emotions, the big ones, the heavy ones, the ones that you think will pull you under the water and drown you. They will not, right? Doing your inner child reparenting work is directly aligned with tapping into those emotions, right? And you can't get past it. If you're not dealing with your inner little girl's emotions, then you're not reparenting and you're not healing. And I'm saying this because there's two groups of people that are in this community, right? One of them are the super woo woo spiritual, crystals in your bra, astrology, following every moon sign, doing all the affirmations, walking in seven circles one way and seven circles the other way. And then on the whole other end of the spectrum, I've got my hyper logical chicks, right? And they're like, and 1+1 is 2, and this gets done, and I did this right, and I followed this path, and I'm going to get this done. And both of y'all doing the same goddamn thing, just two different ways. And you're emotionally bypassing. Both of you. Both of you are finding ways to step over that thing that you don't want to deal with because you think you can do enough, get enough degrees, know enough about astrology and spirituality and theology so that you don't have to if I can just know enough, it'll sweep all that away and I can get past it. Trust me, I did that for 20 years. I was like, if I can read enough books, if I can understand it enough, if I can get it in my mind enough, and none of that is going to get you anywhere, right? Really, you're putting the cart before the horse because you can't even apply those things until you come back and you deal with your emotions. And there's a lot of raw emotions that were stirred up in last week's episode, right? And we have every right to be mad at our mama for that bullshit, right? And for the people who didn't protect us. you also have a responsibility to go back and get that little girl, right? Some of us are doing good things because we're learning how to parent differently, right? Which is great. But are you still going back and getting the little girl, right? Because you can't heal vicariously through your kids. It's great what you're doing, but are you going back for her? Because she is still sitting on the curb in the dark, waiting on you. She is still waiting to be acknowledged for everything that she has done all this fucking time, right? She's still waiting on someone to tell her, you did a good job. Girl, you know what you're doing. You are smart. Look at you figuring stuff out. You got what it takes. We always had what it took. That's what I need you to know, because what I'm hearing, and I totally understand because this is exactly where I was. It's like, how do I know so much, but I'm not able to do shit? Like, where is this disconnect between all of this that I know and I'm not able to bring it into fruition in my life? Right? That disconnect is your wounded little girl. And she doesn't need more homework. She doesn't need to learn more things. She doesn't need to get better at anything. She just needs someone to hold her. And she needs someone to acknowledge her, right? Healing is so much about how you keep your heart open, even though you've been hurt so much. And I'm not talking about keeping your heart open to other folks, because fuck them. I'm talking about how you keep your heart open to yourself, because she's scared of you too. She doesn't trust you either. She thinks that you'll leave her, abandon her, shame her, lie to her, pick somebody over her. And guess what? You have. You have. This work is giving yourself all the things that you wanted your mother to give you. And that's why I'm saying it has nothing to do with the relationship with your mother. Whether she's here, gone, live with you, don't live with you, it doesn't matter. It is about your ability to be still and commit to loving her the way that she needs to be loved. Because if not, you just going around trying to get other people to love you. I swear to God, even y'all who saying you not doing it, yeah, you are. You are. And she's like, what about me? What about me? And for those of you who haven't fully committed to this work because it seems like it's going to take so long and it's so hard, basically what you're saying, and I know it's not intentional, you're saying she's not worth it. I'm going to dig in. I love you dearly, but that's what you're saying. You're saying that she is not worth it. She's not worth the time. Well, damn, what if it takes me 15 years to get her to open up and believe and trust? Is she not worth it? Like, what do you want to get out of it? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to get out of healing? Do you want to heal, so you can, somebody else can love you or see you as good, just so you don't feel the pain anymore, so you can set better boundaries? I want to heal just so I can feel love emanating from me to me. That's what I want to feel. It's so good. And the thing is, when you get there, you can integrate the version of you who's a grown woman, who know how to do shit and who's capable, and the little girl who loves to play and wants to be cared for. They integrate into one, and they're not at conflict with each other. And then you can seamlessly, your life takes off like a fucking rocket. I'm a witness. Okay. Your life takes off like a rocket. Shit be happening and you like, I didn't even plan for that to happen. Wow. They called me and they offered me the job. Wow. I won the contest. Wow. I met this person. Oh, they emailed me. These things that are happening in my life now are happening because I risked loving her. And I stopped like going after everything. When my mother hung up on me, what was it, 10 years ago? I remember sitting in my bed. I said, you need to stop trying to get a man. Stop trying to build a business. Stop trying to do all of that shit and get this together. I don't care how long it takes. And as you do it, as you do the healing, as you show up for yourself, as you reopen your heart, as you build trust with yourself, naturally your dreams, your ambitions, your abilities take form in the outer world. You're not even working as hard as you're working right now. You don't even have to work as hard once the grown up you and the little girl in you integrate. It becomes seamless. You know what to do, right? So all of you that are struggling with like, how do I trust myself? I don't believe I can do it, but I know how to do all these things because I did them when I was young and I was the nanny and I was the wife and I was the surrogate, all of those things. And so you're trying to say, how do I trust myself? How do I do this? You're trying to focus on the fruit, and I want you to focus on the root, because if the root is right, the fruit is going to be delicioso. You hear what I'm saying? And the root is coming back to her, congratulating her, changing the way you talk to yourself. Some y'all know I have talked about this a lot. We can talk to ourselves so fucking raggedy. That's abusive language. You don't want your mama talking to you like that. You don't want no dude talking to you like that. But you talk to yourself like that because you think that's going to get you together, right? You think a little bit of punishment is a good thing. That'll get you over to the next phase. No, ma'am. You cannot do that to her. You don't have the space to push her like that. She has to be met with compassion. She has to be met with patience, with understanding, with grace. Think about you know what she's been through. Y'all cannot skip this step. You cannot skip this step. And I really don't care. I be trying to be nice about it, but y'all know I'm done with that. I don't give a fuck what falls apart. I don't. I don't care if you lose your job behind you choosing her. I don't care if you lose your husband behind choosing her, the person you thought you was gonna be with forever, but then when you start being there for yourself, you realize, oh, this motherfucker is just like my mama. I don't care if it crumbles and with it goes the house, the car, your credit, your bank account. I really don't care if you lose everything just so you can have her. I really don't. And I only can say that because I've been there. And wouldn't you want to be loved like that? Wouldn't you want somebody to be like, I'll burn this whole shit down for you? Don't you want to be loved like that? You want somebody else to love you like that real bad. But you don't love yourself like that. And that's what I feel like sometimes I'm trying to convince y'all, right? Because I know the conditioning that your mind has gone through where you will breadcrumb yourself and you will give yourself just enough to get to the next thing, just enough, but never really granting yourself what you deserve. And I know you don't know how because she never showed you. And that's why I'm trying to get through to you, because there is nothing else for you to do on this planet but this, right? She is the most important thing, the most important, right? And Growing up as a parentified child, we were the least important, and we know how it made us feel. It was so unfair. And now we've turned into the villain and we're still doing it to her. We still want her to do more, get this done, get that done. And it's like, damn, you did a good job, girl. I'm so proud of you. I don't mean once during the morning you say it and then and on the weekends you say it. I mean, it's got to be a part of how you interact with yourself all day long. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to get something to eat. Fuck this. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm tired. I need to use the bathroom. Like, even in those basic ways, when you deny yourself in any way, it is a form of shaming you. It is a form of telling your little girl that she doesn't deserve it, right? All of this is a part of the process that we teach, that I teach in Resolve, as you move through your levels of autonomy, right? This is the work. There isn't anything else. There's nothing else. And you're not too far gone, not too much has happened. All the stuff y'all be sending me messages and trying to convince me of why you can't heal and why it won't work for you, that is bullshit. Period. And I want you to know that when you can keep your heart open for her, it changes everything. You have a different vision. You see differently. The shit you used to think was cool, you like, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. I recently had to admit that something that happened, an experience I had, it wasn't the worst in the world, but it wasn't cool. And that was enough. That was enough for me to be able to say something like it wasn't cool. I didn't like it. I was floored. I was like, wow, that was good. Because the better I treat myself, my tolerance for being treated any other way, I don't have it. Like, I can't do it. It's like an allergic reaction. And that's what I want for you. And the world will rise to the occasion when you do this. The world will rise to the occasion when you do it. Okay. That's all I have for you today. I love you deeply. Um, Last week's episode was good. I think it got things stirred up. And I don't want you to just go back into thinking like, oh, that's the past, it's over. I want you to understand that she still needs you to come back to her and come back for her. I want you to know where you are still living like that now, how you are still treating her like an indentured servant. Y'all had some good words. Indentured servant. I think I said Cinderella, stepchild, like somebody's wife and you not. Somebody are there acting like somebody's wife and you not their wife. You act out there acting like somebody's mama and you not they fucking mama. And you can't even stop it. It's just the way you have been bred to show up. But I need you to start being aware of it and be like, "Ooh, let me do a little less. Let me do a little less of that and pour a little more into myself." Right? This is like getting sober off of alcohol. This is sobriety, right? And that's why it's something that has to be a part of your life every day for the rest of your life. Okay? I'll see y'all next week. I love you. Like I said, class starts on the 22nd. There's links in the show notes. There's links in the description where you can sign up. You can email me at info@jenniferarnice.com if you have any questions. This is the last time I'm teaching Resolve, so you really need to hop in now. What else do I have to say? I've also got a link there where y'all can ask questions about and tell me podcast ideas. I've had one person leave a comment. I'm like, how y'all have so much to say, but I'm telling you to go to the link and tell me what you want to talk about. And ain't nobody click the link. Like, come on now. But if you don't have anything, that's fine. But don't be back. Don't be sending me all these. I'm trying to consolidate because y'all be sending messages to all these different places telling me you want me to talk about something. And I'm trying to get it all in one place. So I don't have to grab and remember and all that kind of stuff. So I'll see you next week. I love you dearly. Take good fucking care of yourself. Fuck them people. They'll be all right. And let me tell you this. I'm gonna leave you with this nugget. If somebody is doing something and it don't feel like it's right, they either lying or they dumb. Stop trying to explain and fix people. Okay? They'll be all right. Bye.